Last week I promised you I would share the proposed floor plan modifications that we considered for this house. Well, today we're going to look at the current layout of the house and the two options our family considered as we started this renovation process. Let's go. First of all, let me just say thank you so much to everyone for all of the support that you've given us with this house renovation series. We cannot wait to show you what we have in store for this house. But first, let's start with the floor plans.
I'm ecstatic that my wife is the designer of this house because I'm hoping we don't get a bill for design services.
Most days, I'm excited that I'm the designer of this house because I get to really kind of push the envelope from a creative standpoint. However, being the designer of this space, as well as the wife of the client, the mom of the other clients, it's very overwhelming at times to manage their expectations.
Some features I'd like to see in the laundry room, mudroom is ample space to fold clothes, hang clothes, space for kids to drop their book bags, and just a good open space to where we can hide junk.
I think it would be cool stacked up washing machines and a bench and a drawer to put shoes and socks in.
Not quite a gourmet chef kitchen, but I do want something that's open and very functional for the cooking that I do like to do.
I want a mini fridge for like my sodas and stuff.
I would like to see a hammock, a pool, and a radio, like a DJ station.
Obviously, Lauren's bedroom should be the best room in the house, except for the pool.
I want the guest bedroom to be multifunctional. This house doesn't have a dedicated office, so something that can transition between an office and a guest space if people come over.
Make a man cave.
Ooh, have a hot tub, a hammock, and a pool in our attic.
In the attic? How are we supposed to fit a pool?
Why not a hot tub?
Yeah, a hot tub in there. Plus then we have to renovate again.
Oh.
In the master bath, I like a nice spa feel. I really like to take showers, so if there could be a steam feature, rain heads, jet shooting all over the place, that would be real cool.
There is no off button for them, so it could be 10 o'clock at night. Lauren will climb in bed with me and say, can you show me the latest version of my bedroom? I want to see the design. It's fun, but it's overwhelming. Okay, so let's take a look at the current floor plan of this house. So when you walk through the front door, of course you're in the entry area, but if you look to the left, you'll see the gorgeous dining room, partly because of the size of the room, but also the nice, beautiful arched openings that let you see straight from the entry into the dining and through into the living room and kitchen area. Regarding that kitchen area and living room, I think there's some opportunities for improvement here. The living room is very generous, although there's two dated cabinets on each side of that fireplace that have to go, and it feels bigger and more open because of the almost floor to ceiling windows along the back of that wall. The kitchen is quite dated, but the most important thing I want to address in this kitchen area is actually this big beam that's sticking out from the middle of the island. I know it's providing support for that load-bearing wall, but it's almost a distraction when you look into that space. The breakfast room is really generously sized, and again, those floor to ceiling windows bring in lots of natural light, so they make the space feel even bigger than it is. The master bedroom is actually a really nice size, and those big windows help a lot. The master bath is actually really awkward and choppy. You've got some slanted ceilings and walls, you've got two vanity areas, you got a really small shower, a big jetted tub, and two toilets, which is really kind kind of weird to me.
First thought when I saw this house had 2 different toilets was why?
But I think it's an opportunity because I don't think our family needs 2 toilets in the master bath. So maybe we can get rid of one of them and expand the shower area or do something else really cool in that bathroom area. From the entry, you'll see you enter the guest bedroom from a hallway that actually is really big and a lot of wasted space. There is a blank area that I think would be better used if we created some type of storage, like maybe for a coat closet. The guest bedroom is nicely sized, but the problem is there's only one true wall because of the access from the guest bedroom into the guest bath. And then there is a pretty small guest bath, but I think we can actually make it feel bigger by just changing some of the layout and design in that particular room. From the kitchen, you'll notice there's a small pantry, a powder room, and then there's a laundry room. In the garage, you'll see an access to a workshop area. If you move up the stairs, you'll move up to the second level of the home. There really isn't too much on the second level aside from 2 bedrooms, and then there's a Jack and Jill bathroom so that each kid has its own vanity and a shared tub area.
I didn't realize I had to share a bathroom with her until you told me. I was disappointed.
I was gonna cry.
There is also an unfinished attic space. So that is the current floor plan of the house. Now let's take a look at how we can optimize every square inch of this space. In option number 1, we're gonna make a few basic changes. The first thing we're gonna do is realize that if we're coming from the garage door all the time, that we probably wanna access that laundry room as quickly as possible. And I think there's an opportunity to expand that laundry room, make it bigger, add a mud space so the kids can drop their bags and shoes, and give them kind of a flow and a walkway that makes a lot of sense. And the opportunity to do this is to actually close off this entrance into the workstation from the garage and actually expand this entire footprint and make it a mudroom laundry area. We're gonna knock that wall down between the workspace and the laundry room and make that space open from the entire area. So when you come through this door, we'll put a pocket door here. You can walk through the pocket door here and the kids can go up the stairs to their bedroom. We're also gonna open up that wall on the stairs because right now it's really dark and cavernous, but if we open up a part of that wall, we can actually make that space brighter. For the kitchen, I think the next thing that we need to do is provide some visual balance. So we're gonna actually mirror the window on the opposite side, shifting down where the refrigerator is, and we're gonna create symmetry on that wall. We're also gonna put the range on that back wall instead of the island. Then on the island, we'll put our sink, that's our prep area, and that beam that's sticking there now, we're gonna actually remove that with some help from our structural engineer. In the living room, we'll actually create indoor-outdoor flow by changing these windows to nice sliding doors instead. Essentially, because that dining room is really quite beautiful, we're not gonna make any real changes to the structure of that space. In the master suite, because the room closets are pretty small, we might actually access this space from the exterior and add a few doors, giving us storage space here for a closet. And then we're going to get rid of one of these toilets, and I think this one is the one that's gonna go. This toilet's gonna go, and we're gonna actually make this a bigger shower, and then we're gonna shift where that tub is and make it the focal point of when you come into the room. And the vanity here is gonna flip from this wall over to this wall. Into the guest suite, we will go ahead and frame this out and add some doors to make that a coat closet and remove that door entry from the guest bedroom into the bath so that we now have a true wall for furniture placement. Moving up to the second level of the house, we'll keep the vanities as they are in terms of where they're located. We'll update the finishes and fixtures, but I really can't do anything to help the fact that they have to share a bathroom. In the bedroom, it's directly in front of you when you go up to the top of the stairs. Maybe we can cut out and access part of that attic space to make a built-in bunk. Right here in this area, we've got a couple challenges. We have a slanted roof that's cutting off the height of our ceiling. We also have the HVAC, the old AC unit, which is really long and bulky. So we don't have a whole lot of space we can build out, but for what we do have, it might be a good use of that space to do a stackable washer and dryer and maybe a desk or a folding area, because hopefully one day my kids will actually wash their own clothes. That was option 1. Now let's look at floor plan option number 2. Some of the changes that you saw in option 1 will be in option 2 as well. So the first change that we talked about in option 1 was really maximizing that laundry room. So we are going to, in option 2, go ahead and close off that entry from the garage. We will, in this plan, also open up part of that stairwell because I do believe it helps make that space a little bit brighter. But in this plan, we actually shrink the size of the pantry. So this pantry now actually goes in line with where that stairwell ends, which I think gives us a nice clean look and provides more natural light from the kitchen. And the reason we're going to make that pantry smaller is because we're actually not going to have that as a pantry at all in option 2. In option 2, that becomes the AV closet, and the powder room, that goes. So we're going to actually extend this wall from the hall and the kitchen, and we're gonna make this a nice big pantry. So it's gonna have lots of built-ins, it'll have a sink, it'll have some cabinetry to store all of our goods, and that is now not just a pantry, it's actually a second mini kitchen. So it is going to provide storage for all of our dry goods. It's also going to have a space for prep, another small refrigerator, a dishwasher. In the kitchen, again, first thing we're going to do, that big beam, we're going to go ahead and get that removed with the help of a structural engineer. We're going to keep that same thought of doing a symmetrical window because I think that just creates visual balance. Our range placement is the same in this plan as well as our sink placement. So this whole area is now really prime for entertaining. In the living room, we will not do the sliding doors. We will save the cost of those doors, keep the windows, and we'll just let this door as it is be our entry point from indoor and outdoor entertaining. But if we move into the master bedroom, we will choose not to access that outdoor storage space, saving money there as well. When you walk into the bathroom, we're going to actually remove this awkward slanted wall. And in the last plan, this was the toilet that we got rid of. In this plan, this is the toilet we get rid of. And we'll actually use this space that was the shower to create an alcove for our tub. And then here, this is where our nice new bigger shower is going to live. You no longer have that freestanding tub as your focal point when you look into the bathroom. But we actually have the space to add a coffee bar, which is really cool in my book. So we're gonna put a nice big laundry cabinet here, and we'll do a sink, and we'll do a little refrigerator, and that is now a coffee bar. On the guest side, again, still makes a lot of sense to add those doors in that closet to give you a hall closet. We will still close off this wall, and that gives us a nice additional wall to place our furniture. Now the second floor in Plan 2 doesn't have nearly as many bells and whistles because we've chosen to invest more of our money on the lower level. So we will not do the built-out attic space, we will not do the built-in bunk, and we'll keep the rooms pretty much as they were structurally. The only thing we're going to do upstairs is we're going to invest in new fixtures for the vanity areas and the tub toilet area, and we'll actually use the furniture and decor in the bedrooms to give these spaces a fresh look. So that's plan number 2. Now I want to hear what you think. Is there a plan you loved more than the other? Would you do a hybrid of the two? Which one do you think we ultimately picked? Let us know in the comments below. We know that this house is going to be amazing when it's done, but regardless of how beautiful the space is and how cool the features are that we're bringing into it, at the end of the day, my family still has to live in this house. So we've got to make choices on the front end that are smart and that are intentional and that give us the best chance possible to have a really great life as we live in this house on a daily basis. We will see you again next week with another episode of this house renovation series where I reveal which plan we move forward with and you get to see demo day.
Thank you for watching, and please hit the like and subscribe button.
From the garage into the shoot.
Just do that line again.
Okay, thank you. Workspace from the garage. We'll create an just leave it.
Nobody needs a cat.
Nobody needs a cat.